For even more Atari fun, head over to Atari.io. It's Atari Tastic. Oh, Joust. I remember when this game came out in the arcade back in the early 80s. Me and my buddies were just all so enthralled with it. Had some really great gameplay mechanics, and the game really did shine when you would play a friend. You can either be cooperative or you can kill each other, just like a Wizard of War. So at first, I would play nice, but just like Wizard of War, I would end up killing my friend. But oh well. What I like about the arcade game is the physics of the ostrich that you're flying. You really got to plan ahead because it does have momentum, and when you flap the wings, it does take a little bit for your ostrich to go back up into the air. So you really got to get used to that inertia controls in order to really excel at this game. Now, I'm not very good at playing Joust, but I do love the game a lot. One of the things I like about the game is as the levels progress, you'll see the platform start to disappear. You also see that long platform at the bottom of the screen kind of burn away. And if you get too close to the lava, you'll see this demon hand come up and grab your ostrich and try to drag you in. I remember when I first saw that, it really freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. And of course, you have your bonus stages where you try to collect all the eggs on the screen before they hatch. And that's another neat gameplay mechanic. When you do hit a rider on an ostrich, an egg appears. And if you don't collect the egg within a certain amount of time, it'll hatch into a new rider, and you'll see a buzzard come onto the screen and walk up to him. He'll get on and take off. And typically, the replacement knight is much more aggressive than the one you just got rid of. So it really behooves you to get all the eggs as fast as you can. One of the fun things I like to do with this is I try to get it timed just right where I can make my ostrich kind of bounce around on the platform across with his legs retracted. Always thought that was kind of funny when I used to do that in the arcade. I get a kick out of that kind of stuff. I know I'm strange. But if you take too long to complete a level, you'll have this pterodactyl come out. And it flies around randomly and makes lunges. So you got to be really careful to stay out of that pterodactyl's way. For some reason, I thought it was a dragon in the arcade. I didn't realize it was a pterodactyl. I didn't really figure that out until later on in life that it was a pterodactyl. Anyway, it's still a fun game. Then, of course, I remember seeing advertisements for the 2600 version and some of the electronic games magazines I had. And the favorite ad I remember seeing in the magazine was the one that showed a full-color, like, cartoon ad. And it read like a cartoon, like inside the box, and it showed what was in the box, like a little adventure awaits you. I thought that was a really well-done ad for Joust. Then, of course, the TV ad, that was phenomenal. I loved the artwork and the artwork style that they use to make the Joust commercial for the Atari 2600 and Atari 5200. That ostrich that the guy's riding, where you can see at the end, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that bird from Heavy Metal that the female character rides. Just a little bit it reminds me. But man, that commercial was incredible to see. And then, of course, I had to have Joust for my 2600. Once I saw it was coming out, I would check my local toy store quite often, KB Toy and Hobbies, usually where I bought my games from. And I remember this finally appeared on the shelf. It was an instant purchase, got a hold of it, got it home, ripped it out of the box, and started playing Joust on my home system. Now, it does differ a little bit from the arcade, but the gameplay mechanics are still there. You still have that inertia, and you still have to fly around and knock the knights off their ostriches. Some of the graphical differences are minor, like the platforms are just straight lines. You don't have the burning lava like you have in the arcade at the bottom. You just have a red bar that represents the lava. And the eggs don't stay still when you knock a rider off. They just keep floating around the screen. and you got a little bit of a notification that one's going to hatch, and immediately hatches into a rider. So that's a little bit different from the arcade. You got to keep that in mind when you're playing the game, because you can be going for an egg and all of a sudden it'll hatch right in front of you and instantly be a rider that'll knock you off your ostrich. Pretty challenging. Of course, I'm playing the game on the skilled level, which I should have done, which is why I'm doing so badly, as you can see on the gameplay part of this video. I should put it on the easy level. It has like a little teddy bear at the bottom of the screen saying it's the easy mode. That way I just keep playing the game and kind of continue on. Anyway, besides that, it's a great game to have in the collection. I love arcade ports, and Joust is one of those arcade ports I think was really well done to the 2600. Granted, it has limitations in graphics and everything, but overall, the overall feel of Joust is there, and the game shines when you have two people playing at the same time. That's probably the most fun way to play Joust, is with two people at once. You really get a lot of competition going on and a lot of colorful metaphors flying around the room while you're battling each other. All in all, it adds to a really great time. So let's take a look at what came in the box.
Joust. Oh yeah. One of my favorite arcade games to the 2600. Love the box art, like always. Love these full color boxes. They always have the coolest box art on the front. Love this thing. Really nice silver label box. Of course, on the back it shows a game screen of what you're getting. It's a little bit different from the arcade game, but the gameplay is basically there. It's actually a lot of fun to play. A bold move in arcade games. Fast-paced and challenging. Electronic Games Magazine. Yes, it is. It is a very challenging game on the 2600. You got to have a little bit of a different strategy when you play this game on the 2600 than you do on the arcade. Some few minor differences, which I've discussed earlier when I was playing the game and discussing it. Anyway, model number 2691. Inside the box, it's got that cereal box top kind of thing going on. Inside we have, oh cool, special offer to Atari video game players, the Atari Club. I remember the Atari Club. I never did do it. Never did get any of these magazines, the Atari Age magazines. I always thought they were cool. My local library would usually get these in, and I would read them down there. I would photocopy articles or strategy things or whatever. But yeah, the Atari Age magazine, it was actually a really cool magazine. Ooh, this kind of stuck together a little bit. There we go. Yes, I want to be enrolled in the Atari Club. Awesome. That's cool. And of course we have the manual. Oh yeah. Love that box. Love that artwork. Of course it's a very unique manual. It's not like a book. It kind of folds out like in a poster. And this is kind of cool how they just show the different types of enemies here. We have the Shadow Lord, the Hunter, the Bounder, and of course the Pterodactyl. Which I always called the dragon. I don't know why I called it the dragon, but yeah, it is called a pterodactyl. Knights on Birdback. How on earth did you fall into this bizarre world? Look around you. The sky is filled with knights astride enormous armored buzzards. These characters look mean, and the buzzards they ride don't even look very friendly either. Awesome. It's kind of cool. And you fold it all the way out. This is awesome. This would be something you want to put in a picture frame or something, put up on the wall. I really like this type of instruction manual. It's kind of like a combination instruction manual poster kind of thing going on here. It goes through all the different scoring, console controls, the different variations. We have 1-player skilled, 2-player skilled, 1-player easy. That's probably the mode. That's probably the mode I should have picked. Was 1-player easy. I played 1-player skill, and as you can probably see during the 2600 gameplay section, I wasn't doing too well. Helpful hints. Oh yeah, play the easy version first to learn how to control your bird. Yeah, I guess I should have done that. Learn the flight patterns of the buzzard riders. Yeah, they do have a pattern. Clear the screen of opponents as soon as you can. Yeah, otherwise that frickin' pterodactyl comes out after you. and collect those eggs. Oh yeah. Let's see what's on the back. Just a pretty cool manual. So let's take a look at the cartridge itself, which is kind of... Oh, wait, but there's something else in here. Oh, what's this? Oh, cool. Atari catalog. This is a neat catalog. This thing folds out, and it is like a poster. I had one of these hanging on my wall in my room back then. Yeah, I remember this quite fondly. This was really cool to hang up on the wall. You can see all the different games. That is freaking awesome. I like that. Okay, now the cartridge. It's in here somewhere. It's down the bottom. There we go. And the Joust cartridge. Oh yeah. Pretty awesome. I love this game in the arcade, and I was really stoked when it came out for the 2600. Pretty awesome. What do you guys think about Joust? Comment down below. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Boink, 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 boink.